Welcome to today's episode. Today we aren't just spilling the tea, we're spilling the feed. I'm your host, Abby Brooks.
And I'm your co-host, Connor Morgan. We have Mr. Meacham and Kira in the back. And I would like to thank our sponsor, Lakeside One Stop, for the drinks. Make sure to stop by and get your own snacks and drinks.
And thank you to our newest sponsor, Big V Feeds. Go get your supplies and feed in McAllister.
Today we have some exciting guests from the Byng chapter.
We'll have them introduce themselves.
My name is Aspen Chumley. I'm the Byng FFA president.
My name is Kenadie Meyer. I'm the Byng FFA reporter.
And this is part 2 with the Byng FFA chapter. Make sure to go watch episode 1 with them, the previous one, and then come back here and catch up on everything we're talking about.
How big is your chapter?
So in our enrollment, we have about 150 to 180, give or take, around in there. Yeah, it's a 4A school, but it's still like small. But I feel like, our ag program is like, it's a decent size. I'm probably compared to y'all, so it's probably small.
Our school doesn't even have 100.
Guys, I think we might have 50 kids.
Yeah.
I think our biggest high school year is this year, and there's like 100.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our chapter has like 45, so we have 45% of the whole school.
Yeah, we don't even have 50.
That want to be involved.
Yeah. At least we
got
have
like 14 that want to be involved.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, sometimes it feels like we only have 14 that want to be
yeah.
involved too, out of the 150, 180-ish kids.
Look at that, guys. We have a higher percentage of
Let's go.
what ag classes does your chapter offer?
We have ag mechanics, 8th grade ag class. I don't really know what that's called. The intro to ag with freshman class. We have greenhouse and floral design. We have greenhouse management, intro to floriculture, intro to horticulture, intro to agcom, animal science. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
So I think that 8th grade ag class is called Intro to Ag. There we go.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
ag exploration, but we'll
Yeah,
go
yeah.
with intro to intro.
Same
That's what
thing.
it is, ag explorations.
You guys talked last episode about you have 2 ag teachers, right? So that's a lot of classes that they can have. But you guys also said that they kind of split them up. So some students in the same class are doing a totally different thing.
My schedule might say animal science, and Kenadie's is going to say ag comm. And we're in the same classroom, same ag hour, but it's just mainly they try and do it. Well, okay, but Mr. Shaw is the only one that teaches ag comm. He's the only one that can teach it. And that's the only one you can get your art credit through. So that's the only specific one. And then ag mech is second hour, always. Just that's it. But so ag comm has a little bit more restrictions, as in only Mr. Shaw teaches it, and it's the only one you can get your art credit through, and it's only 5th and 6th hour.
Well, last year our ag class was 1st hour and 5th hour, I think.
You're talking about
Ag
ag
mech.
mech?
Yeah.
It was 5th hours after lunch.
Yeah,
Was it that one?
our schedule kind of fluctuates because last year we had 2 ag mech classes.
No,
This year we
ag
have 2
comm.
ag comm classes.
Yeah, and I'm in the only ag mech class, and there's only 4 of us.
They're all
So-
guys, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
our schools are very, very different. So this is going to be a fun little
Yeah.
episode to compare and contrast things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We only have 4 classes for some.
4 different.
Yeah.
4
4
different
different
subjects.
subjects.
Yeah.
Doesn't ours actually consider an art, whatever?
It's a
you said?
speech credit.
Yeah, just speech.
Yeah.
Ag comm?
Oh, ag
Yes.
comm.
It's a speech credit.
I thought it was an art credit too.
I wasn't
Or-
in AgCom, but I had to do a speech one time, and it counted as my credit.
Yeah, so at Byng, speech credits, they count as your art credit towards your graduation credits. So, instead of having to take, art or, stagecraft, you can take speech and debate, or you can take ag comm, because essentially you're supposed to be doing speeches and stuff in ag comm, whatever. But the kids who don't do speeches, that don't do public speaking in ag comm, they get their art credit by giving, it's basically a 10-minute presentation they're supposed to give to the entire class to get their art credit.
Pretty much what they do for the kids that don't do public speaking in AgCom was last year Mr. Shaw gave everybody a topic about recent happenings in agriculture, and it was a group project, and it was pretty much like a news anchor type thing. And so you had to like memorize a speech, say it in the video as like a news type style thing, edit the video, and then send it to Shaw. And yeah.
And then
we
had a
newscast?
newscast.
Yeah.
At
We
one
like
point.
to do, like, instead of announcements or something like that, we used to do, like, kind of have people at, like,
Yeah,
an anchor
green screen.
table and stuff like
Gotcha.
that.
Whenever Gatlin was on the podcast,
They
he did that.
it. Yeah. That was really
Did
fun.
we ever post that video or?
You just showed it
No,
to
I
our-
didn't post it. We just showed it to all of our students because that was him just saying hi to our FFA members.
chapter.
I didn't get to see it.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
It was the first
was the
day
first
of
day.
school. I showed it to everyone.
Did you not remember?
That was a long time ago,
It
guys.
was a very long time ago.
I don't remember that far back.
It was August. What are some unique or interesting things your chapter does?
We're really, really involved in the greenhouse. We have a very large greenhouse that just got recovered this summer that we use to, we do plant sales in the spring, and we sell mums, and some students grow mums in the greenhouse for their projects. And then we also sell poinsettias in like the Christmas time, which some other kids also grow for their projects. And then we actually, one thing that's really cool, so the nursery contest, our ag teacher, Mr. Thompson, puts on like 80% of the contests in the state. So we have a smaller greenhouse that is specifically just for like samples that we have.
I don't know what any of those plants that you just said were.
I wish
Are
we had
mums
one.
like a hardy plant? Like everyone, because I feel like every FFA chapter that has a greenhouse,
Has them.
they have
Yeah.
mums.
Listen,
And
whenever
they
she,
do a mum sale.
whenever she said mums, I thought about the necklace thing that girls wear to homecoming or something.
What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It don't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
It's a really big Texas thing, I know.
Oh.
I mean they do
Oh,
it in
those,
Oklahoma
yeah.
too, but I know it's like really big in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, typical Texas person.
Okay.
I think
Mums are hard to kill. You
Yeah.
can drown
Okay, so
them.
that's
Yeah.
probably why they
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
yeah, and they're just I don't really know why everybody does them. I'm not super knowledgeable in all of that. I don't spend too much time in the greenhouse. I spend as little time as possible just because it's so hot in there and there's bugs.
Wish we had a greenhouse. Me too.
Another grant. We'll have to fill out another grant for one of those.
Yeah. Good luck with that. How long did it take you to fill out that one that you just did?
2 days.
By the time we
Yeah.
get it, we're not gonna be here anymore.
Yeah, you guys will
Yeah.
be gone.
Yeah.
I'll be graduated. It's okay.
Any other things that you guys do that are kind of unique and interesting to you?
I feel like we do like a lot of unique things, but I don't really know if they're like
Yeah.
that interesting.
Let's hear them. We do this podcast so that way we can take all your cool ideas and use them ourselves. So.
What do you think, Kennedy?
I don't know. I feel like it's probably unique to everybody else, but to us, it's just another day in ag.
Yeah.
So it's harder to think of things.
Okay. I feel like a lot of people think our show rabbit production is a little interesting because we have so many rabbits in our shop that we raise and we breed and they sell them they show them at our county show. We do really, really well with that too. So lots of rabbits. We have a huge rooster in our shop.
Extra crispy.
His name is Extra Crispy. He's super old, and I hate him.
He's
so
mean.
much. He's very, very mean. I keep telling Mr. Thompson that he needs to become Extra Crispy, but he'd be better as chicken and dumplings, evidently.
Are you guys in the central area?
No, we're southeast area, but
Really?
So, I don't know if you know where Stratford is. So Stratford is central area, which is where last year's central area vice president Grace Wright's from. But Stratford is actually 20 minutes away from Byng, give or take. It's very, very close. So, but when I talk to central kids, they think, oh, I don't think Stratford should be in the central area. But then when I talk to southeast kids, they're like, oh, Byng shouldn't be in southeast. So it's really like, sometimes I think maybe we should be central. Sometimes I think maybe we should be southeast. I
It
don't
sounds
really know.
like there's
in
a
the
lot
middle.
of like specialties that each area kind of has. Like southeast area, there's so many trees and stuff out near Broken Bow and stuff, so
Yeah.
they're all forestry people.
Yeah, we have a forestry team that they started last year. There's a group, they're sophomores now. There's a group of sophomore boys that are interested in it. And then Mr. Shaw is really liking the production of that or whatever, but I'm not really sure how much interest there is or how much.
I think we're really close to the northeast area, like borderline.
Yeah.
We've got Eufaula as northeast area.
Really?
Eufaula's northeast?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Canadian and
It's like the
Stigler
border.
are right out there. Stigler's like the last north area, or like southeast area.
Gotcha.
Or the most north southeast area.
So we are pretty close, huh?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And then it goes all the way down to like Valiant, Broken Bow, and
Yeah.
Hugo and all those.
All the way down
All
there.
down there.
Yeah.
To Idabel. Oh, Smithville. All the way in the corner. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think we do anything. I feel like we do so much that it's not like unique. I don't know.
I feel like the only unique thing we have for our chapter is this podcast. Cause
I think this is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I think that's the goal, though. We're trying to focus on this to get really good at it. The cool thing about FFA, though, is there's so much diversity in anything. You've got speech kids, you got plant kids, livestock kids. Like, there's a lot of cool things that we can do here. And our thing is focusing on trying to get a really big podcast for people to see all of the cool things that everyone does. So.
Yeah, I low-key stalked you guys' podcast after a cult conference.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you're one of our 20 views. Thank you.
I've done my fair share of stalking too. Don't worry.
We try to say this every episode because hopefully someone will finally hear it. But like the more people that share this, they see you guys and all the cool things that you're doing. But then they also get to highlight like all the cool things that we're doing here. And then we've had Titus on here.
Yeah.
We've had Gatlin Didier. Like there's cool things in ag that people can learn if they just saw our podcast. So
Yes.
When it comes out, I'll share it on our Instagram. I'll write about it in our newsletter.
that's awesome.
please do. That'd be awesome.
I think this is unique as we are. We're boring. We're kind of like, I don't know. I don't, maybe we're not boring. I don't know.
Compared to your chapter, I feel like our chapter's dull right now.
I
No offense.
I really wouldn't
What?
say y'all are boring because y'all do so much.
Yeah, that's a problem that we've had here. So our chapter, it's very small.
Yeah.
And when I got here, they weren't known for doing anything at all. It was the last year of a teacher that was ready to retire. So I came here and kind of wanted to revamp it. Like that was the goal when I first got here, was to make Crowder big and known for something. So I think you guys have done a very good job of trying to help with that. It's just getting people to share our stuff and show what we're doing. And then it highlights other chapters because we've had all of our local area. Like we want them all to come on. So who do we need left? Quentin,
Colgate.
McAllister. All those people need to come on our podcast and share what they're doing. So pretty cool stuff.
I think another thing is, like, we have to, like, this is the beginning of really getting involved. So in 2-3 years from now, we might be really known for a bunch of stuff. But right now, we're just starting to
We're
kind
just
of
getting
build
started
that.
for it. Yeah.
And then you guys, you think you're not doing a lot, but compared to some
Yeah.
schools like ours and others, like you guys are the goal. You guys are what we're trying to do. So it's pretty cool to hear what you guys are doing because then we can get the ideas to kind of spark some students. So we talked last episode about you guys, your accomplishments were leaving a legacy for your chapter. But with this podcast, hopefully you guys can do something like that for others outside of your chapter too.
I think now that I think about it, I think a unique thing that we have a large percentage of our kids that go to school for ag stuff, they go to school to be ag teachers.
Yeah.
Which I think is really, it's really just a reflection on the ag teachers we have now because we are so blessed and so grateful for the amazing ag teachers I've had. I've had 3 now, but they're amazing. They do so much for us, and it's not regular teaching. You're not a regular teacher. You're spending every hour of every single day at the school, all over summer. It's everything. It's literally your life. You don't have time for anything else. Like if you want to be a dedicated ag teacher and dedicated to the like advancement of agriculture and agriculture education, you really have to have a passion for it. And I think a lot of kids see that through our ag teachers and love that, because we had 2 kids graduate last year. Both of them are going to be ag teachers. We have one, she's on her last year right now. She was a senior my 8th grade year. She's doing her student teaching at Elgin in the spring, and that's super exciting for her because then she'll be ready to teach. And then we had a student teacher last year, not from Byng. So he's originally from Stillwater, Austin Hooten. He is now the Cimarron ag teacher. And I think with him too, it just kind of like showed how influential our ag teachers can be. And then with him, so many kids look up to him and love him. I think he's an he's the best ag teacher driver I've ever met, which ag teachers are terrible drivers.
Surprised.
Yeah.
He is the only ag teacher so far not to make me car sick, and I praise him for that. But I think it just shows like just how influential ag teachers can be, and I think it's really important to have good ag teachers that can influence other students. And we actually have another one. She's a sophomore right now, but she wants to be an ag teacher whenever she goes to college. Well, I guess out of college and stuff like that. I think that's unique. It's important for your ag teachers to kind of have that effect on other individuals, even though one of our ag teachers is nearing his like 5-year, almost retiring. He says he's never going to leave. He's been there his whole life. He's never going to leave. He graduated from Byng 1,000 years ago, and he's never going to leave, but he says he's going to. But I just think it's really important that our ag teachers are such influential individuals that really push other people to do what they love and be involved in agriculture education as well.
I think you're good.
Didn't we just get done talking about this earlier? Someone wanted to be an ag teacher.
Who's that, Connor?
No clue.
I think your ag teacher will love to hear that when they watch this episode. It's not the goal to make more ag teachers really, but like to leave your legacy on students. And sometimes it's to go out into the ag industry. Sometimes it's nothing to do with ag, but you take the leadership skills you learned in all the different like public speaking and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's cooler when they want to become an ag teacher like that. So I bet they'll really like hearing that. So that's cool.
What are some big goals for your chapter?
I think our big goal this year, I said this in the last episode too, just being proactive. That was the main thing in my officer interview this year when I was interviewing to be a chapter officer. All of my answers just basically ramped down to being proactive, just getting ahead of the bullet and just really putting in the work before it's too late, and just really, really pushing to just be prepared. And just, I think a goal for me is to do things well enough and have things well structured to where, 1, my ag teachers don't have to stress about it and they like trust us to do it, and 2, the officer team that comes after me won't be worried either. Like, they know the steps they need to take. They see what they can do with what they have and what they need to do and what people like. I think my goal is to simply just be prepared enough and put in enough work to where it's easier for everybody else.
I think this year my goals have mainly been about not just like chapter togetherness, because we talked about in the last episode, everything used to be separate, but really bridging the gap between the lower classmen and the upperclassmen, especially with the 8th graders, because sophomores, juniors, and seniors all have the same ag hours, but the 8th graders and the freshmen have separate ag hours. So this year, I thought that it was really important that we were reaching out to our younger members, making sure that they were informed and involved in everything that we did.
And then I feel like our chapter as a whole, I think like besides ourselves and our ag teachers, I think they just have the goal of just being inclusive, including others, like bringing others in, which I think that's really everybody's goal. And anytime you're a part of an organization, I think recruitment is kind of just what everybody focuses on. And that's kind of like, I mean, giving people a place to be is such an important thing that we can do with our organizations. But I think in actual like goal-wise eyes, I think they just want to be there for people. They want to give people a place to be and make sure that they feel welcomed. Like, I mean, I know I felt incredibly welcomed when I walked into the chapter. I mean, my life turned around completely. I went from I actually wanted to be an FBI agent growing up. And then when I changed to ag, everything is now, my entire future is planned out towards agriculture and the influence of that. Like, I want to go to college to do plant and soil science because I want to do crop research. And I would have never had an interest in that because I didn't come from a traditional agricultural-based background. I mean, I was involved in it, but, like, my grandparents have a ranch, and so, like, I grew up there. But I saw it, but I wasn't involved in the process, so I wasn't learning anything. I only saw with my eyes. Like, we ran goats and everything, and now they have cattle, but I was never involved or learning about how to do any of those things. I mean, I had horses growing up, but I never really knew that stuff. But now, like, taking an agricultural education class, it's crazy, like, the influence that something can have on your life, because who would have thought that I would want to go play with crops all day or play in the dirt? I would have never thought that. It's kind of like, when people hear me say that, they're like, crops? I'm like, yeah, exactly. I want to, like, it's the effect of knowing what you have and where it comes from. It's just, it's great.
So I agree what you said about how your plans changed over time, because whenever I was younger, I really wanted to be a game warden. But ever since I got into ag and stuff, I realized that's not the path that I wanted to go down. I realized I wanted to weld, mainly for the money and because it's fun. But it's changed over time, and I've learned so much. I don't think my old path is going to suit me anymore.
I kind of agree with you. My parents really want me to be a game warden. That's what they really want from me. And they always say that because, I mean, it still has its small connections to it, and I understand that. And I think that maybe just plays off of the part that because I wanted to be an FBI agent growing up, my parents kind of want to still keep that going. But when they say that, I think it makes me realize more how much I want to be involved in, like, the research and development side of crops and just farming in general and just the agricultural based, like, career, because I mean, it's just something that it increases my passion for it even more when I hear them. Like, it makes me realize how much I truly and genuinely want to do that, because when I hear somebody, oh, well, why don't you do this? I'm like, well, because my heart doesn't want to. I want to do that.
What are some main events your chapter has evolved in throughout the year?
So, starting in the beginning of the year, we have our ice cream social at the beginning of the school year, basically just to welcome everybody. The location changes every year, different, like, community locations, where we have a cornhole contest, we have ice cream and food. I actually grilled the hot dogs this year. It was kind of scary. I probably shouldn't have been allowed to do that.
Connor's our go-to
Yeah, you are.
grill master.
Yeah, I cook everything, guys.
And then just chapter meetings for fun. And then we recently had our FFA auction and chili cook-off, where anybody who wants can cook a chili, and it goes into a contest, and they win a buckle. It was actually a really nice buckle this year. I'm really jealous.
Who taste tests the?
One of our senators did.
If you need a contact to become a judge, I can get you hooked up there for next year. But I know that Senator Jonathan Wingard was one of the judges this year. I'm not sure. I think Mr. Presley was a judge.
Yes.
And I'm not
Like
sure
Elvis?
No.
He's the Presleys are a pretty big
Family.
prominent family in our community. Like, pretty much every single one of them was in the ag chapter, and he works as, like, maintenance around the school sometimes.
And then his wife Janice was like the music teacher for ever. She one of the scariest teachers I've ever had, but also one of, like, the most amazing, I guess. But yeah, so the Presleys, and I'm not sure who the other judge was, and then the students do a live auction. So basically, we all get put in lot numbers. We pair up, and then we go up on stage, and they have an auctioneer, and they sell off our stuff. It's one of our, like, super big fundraisers. And then there's like a silent auction too for things we get donated and or like if kids can't make it to the live auction sale part, they'll put their item in the silent auction or just other things that people want to bring. If they want to bring more than one thing, kind of just, it's a way to raise money. We actually raise a lot of money doing it because the only thing we had to pay for was renting the building, essentially. That's like, and tablecloths.
I think that's a
paper.
really great fundraiser when you have a lot of active people.
Yes,
That
100%.
You have to have a lot of people that are dedicated.
They've
and
been
wanna do
doing
something
it
like that.
They've been doing it for a while, so a lot of the community members love it, and so like people know about it, so they definitely like they participate. One of the smaller chapters around us, LATA, actually one of the Southeast area state officer candidates was from there, Jocelyn James, last year. She graduated from LATA this recent year. Her chapter, they do it. It's semi-similar. They do an auction, but it's at the end of the year. And which I can kind of resonate with, like if you have a big community that's willing to do it, like it's going to be successful. Like they're a smaller school and a smaller community, so it's not as, like obviously they don't raise as much money as we do. Like we raised, I think in live auction alone the other night, $10,000 alone.
It was
more than 10,000.
I did the
did the
numbers
math?
on it yesterday.
Okay.
It was like $10,000, and then there was another like 1,500 that got donated.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
silent auction
Yeah.
stuff. So like we raised a lot of money doing that, but then I know that like it's not as like real
Realistic
for other chapters because I mean the community involvement is a major part of that. And even last night, like last year we graduated 10 seniors, and
yeah.
so Thursday night was our numbers were actually incredibly low for like compared to last year because we graduated 10 seniors who have like very big prominent families that weren't there.
Yeah, and not only that,
then like businesses that we like didn't end up inviting or didn't hear about it, so they weren't there, stuff like that. So like we like we didn't lose anything, but the numbers compared to what we've had in the past have been like were like considerably lower this year, just because we had so many people graduate, so many people not be there. But
I think it's really hard for like the smaller schools. We're kind of limited on like the community outreach. Like if we needed help, I mean, a lot of parents and stuff would be there, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, like it's crazy to hear like the amount that you can get from other people. But that's because they see the impact that FFA has on the students and the community around them, so they kind of gear towards it. If we were able to show, hey, FFA is a really good thing for our community, it helped boost these kind of things, people would help out, like our sponsors Lakeside, who keep talking to us about how awesome all the things are we're doing. So that's cool.
So I've only ever been to one like auction, and I seen a guy buy a cake for $1,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
that happens. Last year, one of our officers, he auctioned off a dog. His grandmother breeds Frenchies, and so he auctioned off a Frenchie, and it sold for 3 or 4 or 5 maybe.
it was closer to 5, wasn't
It's
it?
about the
I
same
think
price
closer to
as a French bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so that's a big thing we do. That's like one of our biggest things. What else do we do? FFA Sunday is really cool, which it's not something that like our chapter itself is involved in, but a lot of our members do go to it, and it's something that our county offers through one of the local churches. It's a really, really fun experience just because the state officers do come down, and it's just nice to be able to like fellowship with like fellow FFA members from your county, because I feel like sometimes we don't get as much outreach into the other chapters as we definitely have more lately.
Oh, yeah.
But in the past, like when I was an 8th grader or freshman, like I didn't really have any connection with any other chapter members like from the other schools. And which I think that's a really cool idea, like thing that gets us kind of involved. And it's just a way to kind of almost like celebrate and bring together FFA members for National FFA Week in our county. And then we have Ag Olympics. Our county puts on Ag Olympics, which is really, really fun. And it's gotten really big like the past like few years. It's honestly the pie eating contest is crazy. I did it not last year, but the year before that. I think I was sneezing blueberry pie for like a week. It was something. But that's really fun too because
Are those all during National FFA week?
No, this one is more so just like in the spring.
Pie.
But so because you get put into different groups, like it's randomized, so like all the chapters come together and
Yeah.
you're in a group with kids, like random kids from different schools.
It's
and it
kinda
just
how
gives
they
you
split you
an
up at alumni
opportunity.
camp.
Yeah, you just have an opportunity to kind of just like get to like talk to other people and just widespread have fun. And it was really cool this past year because the LATA FFA chapter is actually really close with last year's Puerto Rico state officers. So the Puerto Rico state officers were actually there and got to participate in our Ag Olympics with us. And that was really, really fun. And as well as that was around our regional speech contest. And I don't remember his name, but one of the Puerto Rico FFA members was, I guess, just recently at National Convention competed in the creed. And so we got to see him perform his creed in Spanish, and it was so cool to kind of see how different it is because like I feel like the way we do public speaking here, it's like very much like you have your box for your hand motions and that's where you stay.
Which I hate.
He was getting it. He was getting it, and he was so passionate about it. It's like I was like, wow, I have no idea what you're saying right now, but this is like this is so fun to just like sit here and just like see how like speaking can just like really like drive somebody, and it was really, really cool.
We do Ag Olympics for our chapter, but we do it. Is it with Farm
National
Day?
FFA week. It's all during National FFA
Yeah.
week.
I loved Ag Olympics. It was so much.
We're gonna put the clip in right here.
This much. All the girls stomp your feet like this.
No.
Why don't you talk about it, Connor? How was
Oh,
Ag
no.
Olympics?
I'm good. You know, it was fun.
Ag Olympics was awesome last year. Connor tasted the basketball court many
few times.
Only like,
6 or
3.
7.
I think it was like 2 or 3 times.
it was actually more like 4 or 5, but
Fell straight into the.
I was wearing the
Basketball
wrong
court.
shoes, guys.
You fell in the feed bags.
I think that's really cool that you guys have a lot of the chapters around you get together and do stuff. We've talked about it every officer meeting and every time but we've never done anything like that yet. So,
Did you guys attend alumni camp this year?
Yes, I attended alumni camp.
I decided to skip out on it because I'm gonna go to Lead 360.
Which session did you go to at alumni camp?
The fourth session, the last session.
We went to the first session. So it was different.
Yeah, I love alumni camp. It's actually really funny. On the way home, we were looking through like all the pictures and everything that the photographer takes, and my ag teacher says, "Aspen, there are way too many pictures of you in this." I was like, "No, there's not." I was like, "I love alumni camp so much. They call it the happiest place on earth, and it genuinely is. It's amazing. I love it so much. I've met some of my best friends there, and it really changes things for people. I think because maybe that was when like things like really, really started for me. My love for the organization and like not so much just agriculture, but FFA in general. Maybe that's where it started, just because you see just how fun it can be, and then also like making new friends, creating relationships, experiencing those different things, and just getting to talk to people and just really like learn who people are, learn who you are as a person, as an individual. Like you can learn so much about yourself, and just really taking in all the lessons that they teach you, because it genuinely is organized to teach you things. And I mean, it teaches you great things without like just throwing information at you. It really just like can help build character, and I think that's really, really important.
Kennedy, what made you excited for the Lead 360?
I don't know. I really like places where I can go and just like soak up a lot of information. I think that being a leader, it's important to find ways that you can constantly improve yourself. not only for like your own sake, but for the sake of others around you. And yeah.
Is there any motivation for students who want to participate in these and have fun?
If you're looking, I feel like it just depends on the type of person you are and the different types of like situations you're in. One, if you've been before, I think obviously if you're interested in it, keep going. And I think the best way about just kind of being involved in it is bugging your ag teacher about it. Oh, are we going to an alumni camp? Can I go to alumni camp? Can I go to alumni camp? This and that. Really just making sure they know that you genuinely and truly want to go. And if you're interested in it, there's like, you just have to really show how much you want to go, I think. And really just like, I mean, ag teachers get bugged about things all the time. What's one more thing about getting bugged about? I mean, just keep bugging them. And if you really want to go. And I think
we're in the predicament with our school being small and our chapter not being as big. We don't have as many students that know about the cool things that we can do. So what kind of things do you think you guys can tell students about these events that we go to that would make them want to go to them? Because you guys probably have kids banging at the door telling your advisor, I want to go. Mm-hmm. We don't have that problem. No. We wish we did. But so how could we get more students to want to go to Lead 360, alumni camp, state convention?
You'll make a lot of friends, and these friendships will genuinely last you a lifetime. And it can really help you as you get older, more into the adult world, because those friendships become connections within your professions. And it really helps set you up for success for later on in life.
You guys have been to a couple of these different types of events. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Agree.
I never went to alumni camp, though, or Lead 360.
I've never been.
Just state convention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never been to Lead 360. I wish I could go.
I've gone to different
But
competitions, but not the
This year,
leadership skills.
it is insanely hard to find Lead 360 tickets.
Yeah.
We luckily got 2 extras, but it is hard.
it's so fun. It is a bit scary because you do have to get outside of your comfort zone, but I think it really just shows how you can grow as a person and just the improvement in character and just how changed you can be by simply learning things. And they're great experiences. They genuinely are they're designed so well by our state association just to teach you things and make them learnable.
We're working on a project that I think is going to be pretty cool and pretty special at the end of this year is probably when it'll get finished. And I want you guys to answer too if you guys got it. But thinking about things, there's a lot of our students here at our small school that don't really have the same feelings or impacts as me because I grew up in ag in the FFA program, so I kind of know a little bit. These guys have gone to a lot of different events and stuff like that. But finish this off with a couple of ideas or emotions or even just a quick experience you guys have had riding in the FFA truck and what the importance of that is to you guys and the kind of memories or like emotions that it brings out on you.
I think probably some of the best conversations I've ever had has been on ag trips with other kids. I think, and it's odd to have those deep conversations with other people on rides to ag events, but it gives it kind of more like a sense of togetherness, and you have nothing else to talk about, so you kind of have to connect with the others in your chapter. I mean, the rides back home from speech contests when it's like 12 o'clock at night and everybody's tired and everybody wants to go home and you and one other person are the only people awake. Just the conversations that you have, knowing how connected and how alike everybody really is to each other, opens your eyes to be more accepting to all sorts of people from all different backgrounds and realizing that ag can really help anybody no matter what path they want to take in life.
That's awesome. Hopefully your advisor is awake too in those drives.
I think Some of my greatest memories have been alongside my advisors and alongside my fellow members in the ag truck or on the bus. Last year, during speech season, we actually, in one of our small activity buses that have like the storage little like area or whatever, where the handicap would be, but it doesn't have the handicap accessible stuff. We basically had a picnic in the back of the bus. Don't tell our school admin this because we should have been sitting in the seat. But we had a picnic in the back of the bus, blaring music. I think some of the best part about the ag rides are listening to music together and just getting to just sing, scream, yell, have fun. Just it's kind of just an all like feeling that you can get, just the closeness, the proximity. You can get on a bus and not know somebody at all. And you can get off that bus a few hours later, 30 minutes later, an hour later, and they could be one of the closest people you've ever met. You never know the connections you can make on a drive somewhere.
That's awesome. That's kind of the things I'm looking for a project that we're working on that'll help make it pretty special. Because I think the ag truck, a lot of us use the suburban or the school buses and stuff a lot too, but like the ag truck is a pretty special place to be.
It makes memories, and it kind of gets real when it's 6 in the morning, 5 a.m. We're all tired, and we're all just grouped up listening to music, talking about what's going to happen, like shooting sports, how we're going to make a 9.
Sleep deprivation does help you out a lot with growing closer.
The adrenaline, going up there and then coming back, and all that stuff. Any more feed to spill about your chapter?
I was the reason the ag room smelled like a burnt waffle for 2 weeks straight.
She spilled the feed on spilling the feed.
Thank you guys for coming out and talking about everything that the Byng FFA chapter has done in the past.
Thanks again to Lakeside, and make sure you go get your drinks, food, snacks, all that, and Big V. Get your livestock feed and pets as well. Thanks again for watching Spilling the Feed. We'll see you next time.